आदरणीय कैलाश विजयवर्गीय जी, जो बहुत ही डायनेमिक तो है ही और ऊपर से यंग भी है, मैं कहता हूँ यंग एट हार्ट कैलाश वर्गीय जी, और प्रहलाद पटेल जी, जिनके साथ हमारे पिताजी भी सांसद में काम कर चुके हैं और हम भी काम कर चुके हैं। और मैं उनको यही बात बता रहा था कि कहाँ से कहाँ तक हमारी दोनों की जर्नी वापस अभी भोपाल में मिली है, और बहुत खुशी है मुझे उनके साथ ये मंच पर खड़े होने के बात करने के लिए भी एक मौका मिला है। और प्रतिमा बगारी जी, संजय कुमार शुक्ला जी, अगस्तमो कौमे जी, and all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais, and all the industry leaders, stakeholders, investors who have come with good hearts to participate in this Global Investor Summit. Once again, a warm good afternoon to each and every one of you. Namaskar, aap sabko mera pranam. I can see a lot of excitement, a lot of positive energy at this Global Investment Summit. And I have to share with you that I am also equally excited to be here in the city of Bhopal. And people who have come from across the world, I welcome you all to India on behalf of the people of Madhya Pradesh. And people who have come from across the country, once again welcome to Madhya Pradesh and the city of Bhopal also. And today, the idea and essence of India are rooted in the exploration of infinity, whether it is philosophy, spirituality, trade, or commerce. And India is the place where infinity was discovered. And for investors and industry leaders who have come together here in Bhopal, I would say that you are at the right place, at the right time. We're all waiting for you to make the right decision also. Because this is the time to be in India. This is the time to be in Madhya Pradesh. This is the time to invest in Madhya Pradesh. And I say so because I see a golden chapter for business unfolding right here in front of us in Madhya Pradesh, which is the heart of India. And with the double engine Sarkar, NDA government in the state of Madhya Pradesh and in the center also, the state is transforming like things which have never seen before. And with the collective efforts of all of us, right from the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister to our Honorable Chief Minister, and also I have to share that we have the guidance of other central ministers from the state, Honorable Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, and Jyotiraditya Sindha ji, who was also a predecessor who was handling my ministry only civil aviation for some time, and also the people of Madhya Pradesh. Everyone together today are committed to give you that kind of energy and support and commitment that whoever comes here is going to be taken care of, and whatever you invest here, you go with profits and you go with a lot of love and affection. In fact, I come from the state of Andhra Pradesh. And when it's very tricky for me when I come to these investment summits happening in other states, because for me, my state is also important. I would like people to come to my state also. But one interesting thing I have to share after coming to Madhya Pradesh, the love and affection the people of Madhya Pradesh have shown to me, especially the Chief Minister, the government, and all the leaders that are sitting here, I feel like this is also my own state. Just as I feel that Andhra Pradesh is my state, Madhya Pradesh is also my state, and I'm sure that each and every one of you who has been here for the last couple of days, you would also be feeling the same kind of enthusiasm and the same kind of spirit. So it is with that attitude I say to all of you that you have to invest in Madhya Pradesh. And my heartfelt congratulations to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh also, Mohan Naidu ji, for successfully organizing such a mega event which is set to position Madhya Pradesh not only on the Indian map but as a global map, as a place for investment and money opportunities in businesses. And talking about global presence, I would like to share a small experience of mine when I visited Davos under the guidance of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Just like many of you people are wondering what is this young person doing here on the stage at the global scale also in Davos event, many were wondering who is this guy representing India at such a young age. Then I shared with them, I am the youngest cabinet minister from the country of India, and this is what the country of India holds today for the youth of the nation. We are promoting youngsters like anything in each and every field. Let it be politics, let it be businesses, let it be the government, or let it be any different sector. We need the new generation, we need the younger generation to come up. And that is why I would request to all the younger generation who is here with a lot of dreams, with a lot of aspirations today. The younger generation has to take that step forward. You have to come up with that startups. You have to come up with those new ideas. You have to see the vision of the state of Madhya Pradesh and see where you can come into the picture. And I always feel in mathematics the calculation is 1 plus 1 is 2. But in human life it is always more than 2. And that is where the synchronized efforts of all of us is going to not only help the state of Madhya Pradesh, but the whole country in the times forward to lead the whole world in what's best to do for all of us. And this is the new India. This is the young India. This is the vibrant India. And this is the India that we are all talking about, which has infinite possibilities for all of us. The world is also looking at India today. And as the world's 5th largest economy with nearly $4 trillion economy in GDP and a projected annual growth of 7%, India has become the bright spot in the whole world. Wherever you go, if you say that you're from India, there will immediately be 10 people following you and trying to find out what you are doing. It wasn't the case before. I wouldn't say it was the same situation before 10 years. But after Narendra Modi ji took charge of this great nation, he ensured the focus of the entire world shift towards India for the right things. We want to lead each and every aspect in the world, not only to show our dominance. We want to lead because we want to show the path to everyone that this is the right path to walk. This is the path of peace. This is the path of prosperity. This is the path of cooperation. And this is where India has a huge contribution to make to the whole world. And I feel at the center of this contribution lies the state of Madhya Pradesh. And I'm very happy with the kind of initiatives and the policies the state of Madhya Pradesh is taking today. With seamless ease of doing business, rapid urbanization and digital connectivity. And if you look at the number in terms of digital connectivity, there are 75 crore people using smartphones today in the country. It might not be 75 crore people, but there are 75 crore connections. So imagine the kind of digital connectivity we already have in the country, which is a great strength for us. And to promote FDI, the government has put in investment-friendly policies, wherein most sectors are open 100% for FDI today, which is a great opportunity for people outside the country to come and invest and share the growth story of India together. And I once again say that this is the time for all of us to come forward and invest and ensure that the foundation which is required for Viksit Bharat 2047, which is once again a collective goal of 145 crore people of this country, needs to be realized with the collective efforts of all of us. And as the Civil Aviation Minister of the country, I would also like to give you a little glimpse of what is happening in the country in this sector, which has experienced unprecedented growth over the last 1 decade. In 2014, when Narendra Modi ji took charge as the Prime Minister of this country, we had 74 airports in the country. Today, after 10 years, we have 159 and counting. 2 more are there in Madhya Pradesh only waiting for our date for inauguration. Every month we are adding 1 or 2 airports in this country. This is the kind of growth where no other country in the world is being able to match up with us. And that is the great strength we have in the civil aviation sector today. And if you look at the number of passengers, we have surpassed 350 million, positioning India as the 3rd largest domestic market in the whole world. And over the past 10 years, the domestic market passenger traffic has been growing at an annual growth rate of more than 10 to 12%. And the number of airports, like I said, have doubled from 74 to 159. And we are working on a master plan. We also have a vision in civil aviation, whereby Viksit Bharat 2047, we want to build 200 more airports. Next 10 years, if you cut it short, we want to build 100 more airports. Next 5 years, if you cut it short, we want to build 50 more airports. So we have a roadmap for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and we'll be continuously adding more and more airports and connecting each and every nook and corner of this country together through air travel. And this remarkable progress is driven by factors such as government policies and improved infrastructure and introduction of regional connectivity scheme, which is a very, very important scheme for our civil aviation sector, which is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik scheme, the UDAN scheme. And it has made the air travel more democratized, more affordable, more convenient, and also these places where it was difficult because of the non-viability, we were not able to provide the air connectivity. The UDAN scheme has helped us in providing the viability gap funding and connecting those hinterland places also. And with this kind of growth, I see that Indian civil aviation sector is just starting to take off today. I know that in the last 10 years we have seen exceptional growth, but I have to tell you this is just taxiing off and we have come to the runway. The real takeoff is going to happen now and we are going to see the journey of the success in the coming years forward. And when I talk about the civil aviation sector of the country, I see that Madhya Pradesh has the great opportunity to become the hub for the civil aviation network of the country for two reasons. One is the geographical location. It is centered to all parts of the country, sits in a very nice settled middle place of the country. And the second thing is the kind of temperature and the climate that you have today. The airports, the air travel is very much dependent on the geographical conditions, is very much dependent on the atmosphere and the temperature that you see around. So Madhya Pradesh in itself naturally provides that kind of ambient exposure, ambient atmosphere, so that you can have proper conditions for air travel, let it be for the regular flights, let it be for the training, or let it be for any other kind of opportunities. So this is a state which is properly blessed for civil aviation sector, and we already have 6 very well operated airports right now in the state. And like I said, 2 more are on the verge of opening. We have already set ready. Only thing we need is the date from the Chief Minister and also the blessings of the Prime Minister. We are going to open, but we have many more in mind in the future also. And what truly sets the state of Madhya Pradesh apart is the Chief Ministership, which is Mohan Naidu ji, leading from the front, young and dynamic face. And when he has met me, he has shared so many ideas, his vision of developing Madhya Pradesh. And I was so excited and I was so surprised that Madhya Pradesh carries such a strong leadership with a great vision. So his idea about civil aviation when we were discussing was that every 150 kilometers in the state, he wants an airport. Every 100 kilometers, he wants to see an airstrip where some kind of civil aviation activity can happen. And at every 50 kilometers, he wants to have a heliport. This is a great vision for a state like Madhya Pradesh to see it becoming the civil aviation sector hub in the future. And I would like to say from the central government, we are going to completely support the state of Madhya Pradesh in achieving this kind of vision tomorrow. And I should also share that yesterday, when our Honorable Prime Minister has inaugurated this great investment summit, and he has also launched 18 policies on behalf of the state of Madhya Pradesh. And I'm very proud to say 2 of them are concerning my ministry. One is the civil aviation policy and also the drone policy. I have gone through the civil aviation policy at the best possible way I can. And I have to say that this is one of the best policies in the whole country that you will find is the one that you will have today in Madhya Pradesh. It has covered holistically. Civil aviation kind of, you see, connectivity takes the major share of it. When you talk about civil aviation, most of the times you'll be just wondering about the airport. You'll be wondering about traveling from one place to another. You'll be wondering about your aircraft. You'll be wondering about your tickets. So these are the things which take major share of your ideas. But here Madhya Pradesh has thought about the connectivity, building of new airports, but they have also gone holistically into the MROs. How do you improve the maintenance, repair and overhaul of the aircrafts? And how do you get that business into the state of Madhya Pradesh? They have also opened up the FTO picture. There are a lot of FTOs in the state already, and they want to build more training institutions because there is going to be a requirement of pilots in the country. To give you just an idea about how many pilots we would be needing, every flight that is going to operate will require something from 15 to 20 pilots in its regular schedule. And we have 1,700 plane orders which are yet to come into the country. Imagine 1,700 planes and each plane requiring 15 to 20 pilots. The huge number of pilots that is going to be there. To cater for that demand, we need a lot of flight training organizations. And like I said, because of the atmospheric conditions, the natural place where you want to set up an FTO is Madhya Pradesh. So there are a lot of ample opportunities in that area, not only in FTOs, but also in training a lot of people, capacity building a lot of people in the aviation sector. So the whole ecosystem, what is needed to be done in Madhya Pradesh has been mentioned in the policy. And what more should I say about the policy is that in more than the FTO, they have thought about sustainable aviation fuel. This is a place where a lot of the countries or a lot of the states are not yet thinking about SAF, but the state of Madhya Pradesh has already included it in the policy. They want to encourage more SAF production in the state itself, which is not only going to be revolutionary for the country, but it is going to be very much for the whole world itself. And more than the SAF, there is also another aspect which I also wanted to promote a lot in the country is the aerosports. If you look at all the developed countries, there is a huge vertical under aerosports which creates a lot of business, a lot of adventurism, adventure sports, and a lot of other kind of activities which surround it. But we are still in the very nascent stage to look at aerosports. But I am very happy to see that the policy that has been inculcated by the state of Madhya Pradesh carries a vertical regarding aerosports and they want to promote it. So I sincerely thank the state of Andhra Pradesh for taking the initiative to lead it. And from the government of India, we are going to collaborate and work together with the state to ensure that adventure sports and especially aerosports will get a lot of push in the coming future. And if I talk about the connectivity, we have successfully operationalized 37 Udan routes in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and we are allocating 300 crore rupees under the RCS Udan scheme for the development of airports in the state also. With the unwavering support of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we are committed to embrace regional connectivity scheme in the years forward, and we are going to have many more airports coming into the state of Andhra Pradesh. And one commitment that I would like to give from this stage in the Global Investment Summit, which is also a request very dear to our Chief Minister Mohan Naidu ji, is the airport of Ujjain. And I am telling you from this stage that we are going to create air connectivity airport in Ujjain also. We are working out the logistics. We are working out all the permissions and everything. And very soon, Jai Mahakal temple will be connected to across the world. So everyone who is coming from anywhere in the world will be properly accessible to that place and will get the blessings of Mahakal. And we are also looking at creating more heliports. So wherever you feel, see, the challenge with airports is that it's very difficult sometimes to get that much land capacity. When we're talking about an airport, even with the smallest of smallest operations, you require 500 to 600 acres of land. When we want to build big airports, you have to go to 1,000, 1,500 and 2,000 acre parcel of land. And sometimes it gets very difficult. Land is a big challenge. But we shouldn't stop there. We should provide that air connectivity, and the good solution that we have is by providing helicopter operations. Once you have the last mile connectivity through the helicopter operations, then the possibilities are limitless. And that is one area where Madhya Pradesh has also taken the lead. They have included helicopter operations in such a way that we have a portal, heliportal at our ministry, where everyone who operates a helicopter needs to take permission. And the highest number of permissions for any state comes from the state of Madhya Pradesh. So we can tell you proudly that most number of helicopter operations are happening in this state, and they just want to take it further, like creating heliports at every 50 kilometers, which is further going to boost aviation and further going to boost the local economic activity. One airport or one heliport, you imagine the kind of activity. Anywhere that you say that airport is coming, immediately the land prices shoot up. All the real estate players across the world, they want to come there, invest and create a nice city there. So the real estate boost is there. And airports, the construction, the operations itself creates a job creation activity. And the economic activity, there is a lot of commerce and trade. There is a cargo movement that is happening. And on top of all of this, there is a huge boost to the local tourism also when you connect the places through the air travel network. And that is the vision that we have today for Madhya Pradesh, where there is a lot of scope for tourism. And in fact, our leader from my party, Telugu Desam Party, Chandrababu Naidu Garu, who himself is a very visionary leader. And he has been there in politics for a long time, more than 40 years he has been there. And he has seen many different governments, many different leaders, many different prime ministers. And today when he shares his ideas with all of us, he says, I've seen communism, I've seen socialism, I've seen capitalism, I've seen all kind of isms today. And tomorrow any ism that is going to survive is only one, which is tourism. So all of you guys, the youngsters, you all should concentrate on tourism and try to see how you can promote your local area, your local state and the country. It is a great message for all of us. We have so much cultural heritage with us. We have so much identity. We have so much virasat with all of us. We have to showcase it to the whole world. That is a real strength, and people are looking towards it. When they come to India, it is not just they want to put a rupee and take 2 rupees from here. They want to come here for spiritual growth. They want to come here to learn about the land. They want to know about their roots. They want to know about the roots of the humankind. They want to connect to the cosmos. And these are the many great opportunities that our great land has to offer. And it is only through tourism, only by developing tourism infrastructure, we can cater to that. And how do you develop tourism is to provide that connectivity. Air connectivity is the key here, and we are going to collaborate with the state in also improving the tourism sector in the state. And we see, like I've said, SAF, sustainable aviation fuel. It is something where the whole world is looking at it. The policy mentions it, and there are a lot of interesting players who want to come in. And I would like to share it through this dais that any private players who want to come in, this is the right time to invest in SAF. We are very serious in that area. I've taken all the platforms wherever I'm speaking. I want to highlight it again and again that India has a mandate by 2027. We want to do 1% blending of sustainable aviation fuel in our ATF through to our international planes. And by 2028, we want to do it 2%. And by 2030, we want to make it 5%. So there itself is a great opportunity for sustainable aviation fuel. And we want to create a roadmap also where clearly lay out the plan for all of you so that it becomes easier for you to invest. Now the state government also showing that sign, that kind of excitement. It makes it much more easier for us to go in forward to us. And I believe that Madhya Pradesh is going to be a wonderful location for the civil aviation sector and some of the initiatives which they already started, which is the PM Shri Air Ambulance Seva Scheme. It is a scheme where all the states have to take inspiration from. One of the first states to start this kind of scheme. The state government itself has this plane and the helicopter, and no matter where, which part of the state a person for medical emergency needs air connectivity, they are able to easily provide. And these are the kind of facilities that you can provide through air travel, for air connectivity. There are a lot of other options. So this is where we need more and more people coming into the picture. We have a big potential for helicopter operations also in this. A lot of private players need to come in. A lot of investment needs to come in. And another area before I conclude my speech is the drone sector. Drone sector, you have seen that how progressive it is. Prime Minister himself has launched an important scheme, Namo Drone Didi scheme, where we are giving these drone systems to local, rural women. So we are training them to operate these drones, and we are including them in the agricultural picture of this country today. And they are able to earn more than ₹1,00,000 just by operating the drones to do the pesticides or to do the fertilizers. So there is a huge potential for the drones, for manufacturing of drones. The drone policy itself caters for how do we attract manufacturing into the state of Madhya Pradesh, and there is a huge potential. Just to give you a picture about how many drones can be utilized in the country, there are around 6 lakh villages in the country, and every village will have a requirement of at least 10 drones if we can rightly utilize it. Agriculture, surveillance, sanitation, medical and health. There are so many wide areas where a drone can be very, very useful. And if you just have the minimum calculation of 10 drones per village, which is 6 lakh villages in the country, so you are seeing that great number there. And each drone requires costs up to 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs today. So imagine the kind of business, the turnover that is there in this sector. So this is a very good opportunity for all of you. State government also wants to encourage manufacturing of these drones. So I would request all of you to come forward and invest in the state of Madhya Pradesh for the drone sector also, which is ultimately going to be beneficial for the whole country. And we have all set a very ambitious target in front of us for the state of Madhya Pradesh. I hope you're all finding the right opportunities here. It is a great set of people working in the government, especially the Chief Minister Mohan Naidu Ji, who is working under the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, and we are all there to support the state of Madhya Pradesh. I once again congratulate the people of Madhya Pradesh and the government of Madhya Pradesh for unlocking their infinite potential and connecting to infinite possibilities through this great global investment summit. And I'm confident that this summit is going to be a resounding success and serve as a cornerstone in attracting significant investments to the state, driving economic growth and creating abundant opportunities. What was once considered to be a Bimaru state, I think now Madhya Pradesh is all set to be Viksit state, Viksit Pradesh. And it is not only, Madhya Pradesh is today not only competing with other states in the country, but it is also equally competing with other countries in the world also. It is competing with countries like Germany. It is competing with countries like France, England, USA in bringing in the investments, correcting it in the right way, and possibly creating many more growth opportunities for all of us. So my sincere gratitude for inviting me here, and me present here means a lot to me also and our civil aviation sector. And thank you to the state government for creating a lot of opportunities in the civil aviation sector My heartfelt gratitude and sincere thanks, and my sincere thanks to all the people who have come here to invest in Madhya Pradesh. Jai Hind, Jai Mahakal, Jai Bharat. Namaskar.